Girl King guy, here to check out cool stuff anyway. Well, after some run-ins and crazy magic with 13 wishes, Monster High has moved on to their latest projects. Yep, that also, but they also did Scaris, City of Frights. While some of their fine films like Why Do Ghouls Fall in Love and Escape from School sure may have filled with romance, adventure, and thrills, Scaris is without a doubt like a vacation and adventure movie, and the best film they had to come up with. I mean, wow. We all know how this film is beyond awesome. It's a good mix of sightseeing, romance, Paris-like vacationing field trip style, and of course, I'm not kidding here, fashion. So, let's get onto a movie that is like a Paris-like vacation for our favorite ghouls. This is Scaris City of Fright. We start off our movie with our ghouls playing their surprise fashion show, starring none other than themselves, while Rochelle Guillo tries to pick up some roses from her boyfriend Geralt from Scaris. A Monster High version of Paris. Man, the clothes the ghouls are wearing are so over the top magnificent, we should be carrying a sign saying it's cool. Then, there's some mentally mixed stuff by Toralei. The guys wear the ghouls' dresses, and it's a big mess. But right now, the fashion show is now on FrightTube with an awkward ending and got 1 million of viewers, or a jillion, as Dragulora said. Hey, friend, you hear that? FrightTube is like YouTube, but it also got the attention of a renowned fashion designer, Monatella Ghostier. See, she needed a prodigy to carry on her designs, and since she's got no one's attention, she'll fade away if that happens. Let me see what prodigy means. Someone who's guided and supported by an older and more experienced person. Oh. Let's just say Ghostier needed a new apprentice. Back at Monster High, Claudine wants Julia to delete the fashion video so no one will suspect it. But the headmistress ordered her ghouls to come to her office saying, wait, I think Rochelle's in the office too, cause the headmistress asked her to accompany our ghouls as their guide. Anyway, the headmistress tells them the good news. She got a call from Ghostier that Claudine has been assigned to Scaris to study fashion. Someone pitched Claudine's fur cause she must be dreaming. Now that our ghouls were going to Scaris, there were so many things to do to get ready, like packing and getting dressed. Heck, even Julia had just packed a scooter. They also could get their pictures made for their passports. Before they knew it, they were now on a plane ready to take off, saying goodbye to Claude, Deuce, and Heath. Oh, and Toralei stowed away in the plane too, wanted to tag along. You know, Cleo, you could have put Toralei in a portable kennel so she could come too. During the flight, Rochelle told Frankie about her crush Geralt and that he hasn't returned any of her letters, thought that he had moved on with someone else. Can you believe that excuse? Huh? So our ghouls are finally in Scaris. Look at this. It's like Paris for crying out loud. You know, Paris, City of Light, romance, home of the Napoleon Bonaparte. You'll figure it out later. But look at this! It looked as big as the entire town. Anywho, Rochelle informed / promised our ghouls to stick together since Scaris is a big city and... Toralei! Quit making faces over there! They drop Claudine off at Ghostface's headquarters and tell them to knock him dead. Undead, actually. Knock him dead means show him ideas or something like that. There, Claudine meets Jin Firelong and Skeleta Calavera, and Monotell reminds them that whoever creates the most epic fashion clothing or something will be the new apprentice. Meanwhile, Frankie and Rochelle join forces and hop on Ghoulia's scooter to chase the mysterious biker, who Rochelle thought might be Geralt, but it turns out to be Katrine D. Mute. Blah, 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 blah. Anyway, the ghouls, Cleo, Laguna, Dragulora, Abby, and Torlight talk about sightseeing, or fright-seeing as they call it, but their transportation, aka Ghoulia's scooter, is smashed, and Ghoulia tells them that it'll take a Jillian and think of an idea to get money. See, Dragulora, Jillian is a number. And then their Scaris sightseeing shenanigans begin. And of course, Torlight had to make it less fun. Torlight, you meddler, feline! Meanwhile, at Ghostface's headquarters, Skeleta tells Claudine about her tribute to her family, and Jin Fire tells them they're not supposed to help each other out since there's lack of competition. Claudine gets yelled at by her own idol about not following the rules and given an old sketchbook to do so. Skeleta and Jin Fire saw Claudine's sketchbook in the trash, and Claudine told them that she already been approved. Back to the guys. Claude is worried that Dragulora is in the romantic city of the world, aka Scaris, thanks to Heath's big mouth. So Heath, Deuce, and Heath took a plane to Scaris and wandered into the streets looking for the ghouls, ran into a skeleton mob, and ended up in the catacomb. Speaking of the catacombs, Frankie and Rochelle were there also. They followed some vines, and they finally found Geralt. The reason Geralt didn't write any letters to Rochelle is because he was trapped in a cell by Ghostface who wants his designs. Turns out that whoever wins Ghostface's apprenticeship will be locked up in the cell and be used just like him. And who could this be the winner? I'll give you a little answer. If you just come a little closer, 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 a little closer. It's Claudine! Don't you folks see? Claudine has been bamboozled by her own idol, who wants Claudine's new fashion designs to claim it as her own clothing line. So Claudine is trapped with Frankie, Rochelle, and Geralt. But the guys broke them out by using their powers and called out the others for help. Oh, and Claude Mrs. Dragulora for being a Scaris, and there's this where Deuce and Mrs. Cleo. Reunited! Whoopie-doo! Also, Skeleta and Jin Fire joined in too. Claudine now finally has a new design. To be beat Ghosty A at her own game. So with the power of teamwork and Glia giving them a ride to the show with a new car, our ghouls managed to crash Ghosty A's fashion show in Claudine's real epic 2 cool new and improved fashion line, baby! Everyone loves it, and thanks to people not paying attention, her Monatella is gone forever. So Claudine gives a big speech to H. Genfire and Scalita now express the desire to get transferred to Monster High. Geralt tells Rochelle he'll stay in Scaris, and the Monster High crew are now posing at the fashion show, and our movie ends. So that was Monster High Scaris, City of Frights, and what a shock. It's a grand movie. The story is grand, the characters are grand, their entire vacation is grand. So I'm gonna say it again, grand, grand, rad. But we're not done, folks, no. For we have a mini special to go on, and it's called From Fear to Eternity. A little special what happened after the events of Scaris. Look at the title card. It's like a little reference to the Scooby-Doo Where Are You title cards. Unless... they're not Scooby-Doo! Anywho, the ghouls and monsters managed to end their great vacation in Scaris. So they got on separate planes, and Frankie accidentally brought Claudine's bag by mistake, and her book somehow came to life and escaped. So Frankie and the ghouls managed to travel around the world to get the book back before Frankie finds out, by traveling around the world. From Scaris to Bangladesh to the Himalayas to Hong Kong to Transylvania to Boomba. Oh, and there's a little moment at Skull Shore. Remember the island, Cleo? Huh? But in the end, they finally got it back. And it turns out, the book was teaching them a lesson that the chase led them to many places, and that they need to enjoy the trips. This mini short is good also. Well, I think that's a wrap for Monster High Time. I hope you enjoyed it, and I think it's time for me to get back to doing other films. I'm the awesome nostalgic Feral King guy, here to check out cool stuff anywhere.